We're going to create a simple header and footer. In this example, I'm just pretending that we've got to produce some stationery for a surf shop, and this is going to be a letterhead that they might want to use. So started a new blank document in Microsoft Word. I've got my show hide button on. I can see my little show hide there showing me the only paragraph mark on the page. To turn that on and off, go to your home tab, and on the home tab in the paragraph group, that's the show hide button there. Normally it's off, but trust me, you want to have it on. It's a good idea. So with that on, I can see where all my paragraphs end. I can see spaces between words. I can see where tabs are, etc. Okay, I need to put a header in the top edge of the page, but before I do that, I'm just going to adjust the page setup a little bit. So I want to change the margin slightly. So to do that, I'm going to go to the page layout tab, and in here I can go to the margins, and I could choose one of these preset margins, but I actually want to make my own changes here. So I'm going to come down to custom margins down the bottom, and that will allow me to put in exactly what I want. The default margins in Word are 2.54 centimeters, top, bottom, left and right. That's because it's based on the American system, and that's exactly 1 inch, but I'd like mine to be 2.5, so I'm just going to type 2.5 in the first box there in the top margin setting. To get to the next one, just press the tab key on the keyboard, and that jumps over to the bottom setting. Just type in 2.5, tab again, 2.5, tab once more, 2.5, and that's my margins all set up. So I'll just click OK to apply those settings to the document. Okay, now to set a header up the top, the quickest and easiest way is to just double click where the header would go in the top margin of the page. So double click there, and that takes me into the header area of the document. And also notice that up on the ribbon, we've now got an extra set of tools for the header and footer, the design tab. Okay, so in the header, I'm just going to type the text that needs to go there, which is waxing lyrical, if I could spell correctly, I'll try that again, waxing lyrical surf shop. Okay, and then I can spend some time formatting that. I'll highlight that. I'm going to go back to the home tab. I might make it italic, and I'll make it bigger. I might go for about 18 points, and bold as well. So it's bold, italic, Calibri, 18 points. That's my header done. To get out of the header, to go back into the document again, the quickest way to do that is just to double click on the page. So I just come down into the page area and double click, and now my header's kind of grayed out now, indicating that I'm actually on the page. If I want to do the footer, which I do, I'm going to scroll down, scrolling down to the bottom of the page, there it is. And I do the same thing. I just double click in that footer area, that blank margin area at the bottom of the page. So just double click, puts my cursor in there. I'm now in the footer area, and again up on the ribbon I've got my header and footer tools on the design tab. We'll talk about what these are in a later video when I do some more advanced headers and footers, but just for today I'm just doing a simple footer. So just a little bit of a logo catchphrase down the bottom here. Mick, who owns the surf shop, Mick's the man for all your surfing needs, ... I'll just press enter to start a new line, and I'll put the address there, 180 Beachfront Way, Elamundra, Victoria, 3587, and the phone number with a colon. It's in Victoria apparently, 03 5720 1000. Okay, now what I'd like to do is just with these two lines, these two paragraphs, notice the paragraph mark there where I pressed enter, paragraph mark there, waiting for me to press enter to start another paragraph. Two paragraphs. I want this first one to be left aligned, so it'll stay as it is, but the second one It needs to be right aligned. So I'm just clicking anywhere in that second paragraph, in that second line. So my cursor is flashing here. I'll just go up to the Home tab and I'm going to use the right align button in the paragraph group to right align that paragraph, just to make it look a bit fancy. We've got our first line left aligned, or the first paragraph, and the second paragraph is right aligned. What that will mean too, if I change the page setup from portrait to landscape, that will still be on the left and that will still go all the way over to the right. So it will automatically adjust and stretch and shrink depending on the size of the page. So that's our footer done. I'll just make it italic, highlight it all, and change the font style there to italic. And I think that's about it. So I'll double click back on the page. Another way of getting back onto the page or getting out of the header and footer is up on the Design tab of the header and footer tools. I can just click that closed header footer button there, which does the same thing as double clicking on the page. I'll do that. I'll click the closed header and footer button. And that's my document done. I'll zoom out so we can see the whole page and see what it looks like. There it is. So that can be used by Mick for all of his surf shop letters and stationery, and the header and the footer will appear on every page of the document. Okay, thanks for listening.